Yo, what up, YouTube? So, I was on Minister Jap's new channel, the Say No to Single Mothers, and he got to a part where it was basically that's irrelevant actually. This chick, Mel Coates, made the statement here. You can always tell a beta black male that didn't have strong black female influences in his life, instead of making commentary to reach out to black men to discourage them from abandoning their families, they lash out on women who remind them of the women that hurt them the worst. So, excuse me, I still have a stuffy throat. Um, Typically, this is assuming she's not a troll. She's here using shaming language, and she is not. She's deflecting the point. You know, he's basically the say no to single mothers is basically he's telling men who have their shit together not to go this route because it is a high risk with very little to gain. And ladies, if you feel like that's harsh, I mean, again, not to be all Derek Jackson-y, but what can a single mother bring that a woman who doesn't have any kids at all, um, do? What can she bring that she doesn't? That's why it's a high risk with very little reward. So when she comes with the whole name calling and um, they got hurt by black women, it it doesn't even relate. It's deflection. And somewhere down, I asked her, I told her, I said, most single mothers are in that position because their husbands left. Responding to the point where she says, discourage men from leaving their families, because I've actually heard this a few times before in the past couple of years, where the narrative about single mothers isn't that they make bad decisions with in regards of men, but yet there are men who just simply leave their families. Can we please stop, please? I'm not going to say that men don't leave their families, but can we stop acting as if large amounts of wimp families don't have a father because he just up and left? That is not the majority. It's not. And if y'all want to go toe to toe with that, we can. And then I said it's because they are attacking with their mating techniques, and I hold true to that. That's how I feel. If you're throwing it around to people who you don't see deem quality or they fit the bill of someone who doesn't typically stick around or make good partners, you are being tacky with your mating techniques. She responds, why does having a husband have to be the goal? Well, to answer, well, I'll keep reading and answer that later. I'll do that with the rest of them. Why does having a husband have to be the goal? Most men are beta males. Why would a woman want to marry a beta male? They make excellent fathers and great partners, but to enter a legal partnership with a lot of these men is irresponsible as well. I mean, you see the respect they have for their families. Marrying them wouldn't have changed that. Half of black men are seeking black women as financial come up because their black fathers handed them nothing as young men. Alrighty. Let's go sentence by point, sentence by sentence here. Why does having a husband have to be the goal? Let's think about that. Now, if you don't want to get into an actual legal thing, but you want to have a sign up your own documents with the state won't recognize, but if you want to go the committed route without the actual legal ties, um, you can't really respect it because it doesn't attach you to him. But to say why would that be the goal? We're talking about women who are without child. So you can see the idea and the mindset that's in play here already. That shouldn't be a goal. It should just be I do what I do and he does what he does. Apparently, most men are beta males. Why would a woman want to marry a beta male? Um, so have a kid with one, but don't marry one. That's all I can conclude from that. Why would you have a kid with a beta male, but you don't want to marry a beta male? It sounds like you're admitting to having the alpha fucks beta bucks ordeal. What you just have the kid with him to make sure that he's going to take care of it, but then you go off and have your fun and dick hop. That's what I can draw from that. If you you guys want to debate that, we can do that. But that's what it sounds like to me. They make excellent fathers and great partners, but to enter a legal partnership with a lot of these men is irresponsible as well. I think that kind of confirms it. I mean, you see the respect they have for the families. Marrying them wouldn't have changed that. Well, why have the family in the first place? Why have the baby with him if you don't think he respects them? And you're contradicting yourself here. Let's go back up. They make excellent fathers and great partners. And then come back down here, you see the respect they have for their families. Marrying them wouldn't have changed that. So, which one is it? Do they not respect their families, or do they make great fathers and great partners? Which contradicts the question you asked, which is who would want to marry a beta male, because you're assuming most of them are beta males. That doesn't make any sense. Half of black men are seeking black women as a financial come up because their black fathers handed them nothing as young men. You do realize most black women that have kids have them out of wedlock. Most of them are broke. So who the fuck are they marrying or having a kid with for a come up? They're broke too, you idiot. Black women don't have black fathers that handed them nothing. This is so fucking stupid. The logic is so dumb. Jeez. I respond, so marrying them okay. Not based on what I just said. Give myself a like. She responds. Excuse me. Sorry. Marrying is a business arrangement. Marrying a man does not always make good business sense, especially when you out-earn him. Sometimes you don't want to marry a man for tax purposes, for monetary purposes, or for your personal preference. Hell, I wouldn't even qualify for my student loan rate if I married my kid's father. Now, back to the top, sentence by sentence, point by point. Marrying is a business arrangement. It's funny that now that women are starting to get hit with like child support and alimony, still not at nearly the same rate as men, but they're starting to see that, oh shit, if I marry this broke ass nigga, I'm gonna get hit with some shit. Now all of a sudden, marriage is a business arrangement. I thought it was for love. I thought it was a foundation for love. I thought that was it. It's business now? So I gotta ask, why on earth would a man who has more money than a woman marry any woman that has less money? I fucked that up. Why? Why would he do that? By your logic, nobody should ever get married unless they make dollar for dollar what their spouse makes. Y'all logic fucking sucks. Especially when you out-earn him. Sometimes you don't want to marry a man for tax purposes. G. For monetary purposes. Or for sheer personal preference. Hell, I wouldn't even qualify for my student loan rate if I married my kid's father. So I'm assuming you don't look to him as a provider then, right? See, with this logic, you can't. I forgot to ask you. I didn't ask you that. I should have. Because if you see men like this, you can't expect them to be providers. Because you're willing to have a baby with them despite them not being able financially ready. Right? That means that actually solidifies the fact that a lot of women say that men are only worth their dick. Yeah, it makes sense. I respond, getting pregnant by a man you wouldn't attach yourself to doesn't make life sense. I don't understand your philosophy. You sound like you're stuck trying to prove a point you know is flawed. Now, what I meant with that last thing is, it's to me, it sounds like she kind of knows she's wrong, but she can't admit it. Because that's the only the rest of this doesn't make sense to me. That's the only thing that I can really conclude from that. And finally, she says, and I don't think I'm gonna respond. I might give her the link to this, but other than that, I don't think I'm gonna respond. Um, she said, "No one said that I wouldn't attach myself to my kid's father. My point is that you recognize certain faults in people and you make decisions based on that. Just like some people will make an excellent partner but not a good parent. So you choose not to have kids with them. Some people you don't like how they move financially or legally. So you don't marry them. Someone can be a great father and a great partner, but you just choose to live two separate lives legally." Let's go back over that piece of shit statement. No one said that I wouldn't attach myself to my kid's father. Yes, the fuck you did. You say it several times. Not that line verbatim, but you say it several times. Some people make good fathers or good partners, but I wouldn't attach myself to them legally, or we would live legal separate lives legally. So you wouldn't attach yourself to him. How do you not see this? How dumb can you be to really make these statements more than once and not get it? You just said you wouldn't attach yourself to him more than one time. Like, dude. My point is that you recognize certain faults in people and you make decisions based on that. Just like some people will make excellent partners but not good parents, or choose to not have kids with them. Now, that line to me means either they're just a sex partner, or you are willing to, like, I don't know, live with them, marry them or whatever, but not have kids with them. But the fact that you share an address, you're still legally tied to each other. I know people don't understand that because they think with their genitals, but when you share an address with someone, you are connected legally. You don't have a marriage bond, not yet, depending on the state, but you do have some legal bonding. If that chick you shacking up with takes you to court after however much time, depending on the state, you will still be hooked on some type of the financial support or something. Where are we? Some people don't like how they move financially or legally, so you don't marry them. All right, that statement is fucking stupid. Yo, if you don't like how somebody moves financially or legally, you know what? Finances, I get it. If you just want to mess around with somebody, but then again, if you have a kid with that person, it affects your life. If you have a kid. But again, you take care of yourself and you know, pray your hands. But this whole you don't like how they move legally, um, your your dealings with them can still end you up in jail. That can still happen. So I'm not understanding why you think that having any type of doings with someone that has bad legal activity makes any sense. But then again, talking to a woman who thinks apparently being a single mom ain't that bad, which is a group of people who are notorious for being involved with people who make bad legal moves. Someone can be a great father, but not a great partner. Again, that's the alpha fucks beta bucks. But you just choose to live two separate lives legally. Alrighty. Let me know what y'all think. Like the video. Be right. Not positive. I'm out.